Alright, hey guys, we're back with Season 2 of Android Made Easy. If you saw Season 1, it basically showed you like how to navigate your phone and how to do different things, but Android's changed a lot since then, so we're going to be going over some of the newer features in the newer Android and how to navigate that. So the first thing is how to navigate your phone. We're going to go over that again because it's changed a tiny bit in the newer version of Android. So if you bought a phone recently and it's a newer model, made within like the last couple months or so, it should be similar to this. I'm using a mouse and keyboard. I'll show you actually how to hook up a mouse and keyboard to your phone if you want. Some support this, some don't, but that's what I'm using since it's easier to show you with. So just go from screen to screen, as you've probably seen some other people do. You just tap on the screen with your finger and just swipe. Just change forwards and back. It should be pretty quick. And now if you want to put something on your home screen, let's say you see this screen has two icons on it. Right here, gallery and settings. Let's say we want to move something to our home screen, like the web browser. What you do is, on your phone somewhere, you should see on the screen part, even if you have some of these, you should see a button with picture icons on it. It might look a little bit different since lots of manufacturers change this, but you just click this, and you'll be greeted with a bunch of icons. Mine are blurred out because I don't want to get in trouble for copyright stuff since some people have logos in here and whatever. But anyway, just hover over the icon you want and long press it. And just so you know, long press means to hold your finger down in the same spot for like about a second and a half to 2 seconds. Then you'll see a preview of your different screens. You can drag it over to go to different screens. We're going to put this on our main screen, the clock. So just hover over what you want to do and let go of your finger. Boom, it's on the screen. And now we're back. If you decide you don't like it there, you want it to the right side of the clock, same thing. Long press, hold down with your finger for like a second and a half, and then you can move it someplace else. You can rearrange widgets too. Now to add widgets, this is a little bit different for different phones. But what you should be able to do is just click this button, the button, and you go over the widgets. And from here you'll see a bunch of different widget options. This one is Apollo, it's for playing music. So let's click that. It says touch and hold to pick up a widget, so we're going to long press again. And we can put this right over here. And now we have a music player on our home screen. So now we got a music player, a clock, and a browser. That's pretty cool. Alright, now real quick I'm going to go over how to get your phone on Wi-Fi. Most of you have limited data plans or so-called unlimited data plans, but it's probably faster to use your home internet of your home. So if you have Wi-Fi, it's pretty easy to set up. We're going to need to go to settings. What would be easier if you had settings on your home screen, but you can always just press your menu key and then go to settings or system settings depending on what phone you have. And in it, I'm using a tablet type device, so I get both this picture, both a dual screen kind of menu thing, but you may only see this section. So, oops. Okay, so you'll probably only see this half. You can only see both if you have a tablet in tablet mode or whatever. Anyway, so as you can see here, it says Wi-Fi. It may be on, it may be off. If you want to turn it off and save a little bit of power if you're not using Wi-Fi, just click that, and it won't scan every couple seconds or whatever it does. Alright, so if you want to turn Wi-Fi on, you click the other side. And now it says turning on Wi-Fi over here. Alright, now that Wi-Fi is on, you can change the settings by clicking on Wi-Fi if you're on a phone, and it will take you to the screen you see over here. There are different options. There's like a plus to add an access point, and it should also show you the list of access points nearby. Of course, I had to blur out the name of mine because I don't want you knowing whose Wi-Fi is near me. All you have to do is just click on it once, and it will ask you for the password. It will also tell you what type of security it is and how far away it is. I think best or good would be the best signal strength. I don't remember what exactly is listed. You can also have it show you your password so you can see it while you're typing in. And if you want to do a static IP address, if you know what that is, then you'll know why you need it. But I'm not going to bother explaining that. I'm not going to bother explaining that. Check that. It gives you more options: proxy and IP settings. You can use static, as I said before, or DHCP. Most of the time, you won't ever need to do anything in there. So let's do that. When you're done, you just click connect. We're not going to. And also, a really nice feature in this new version of Android is you can actually see how much data you've used up by clicking on the data usage in the wireless tab. not really tab, in the wireless section. Remember, you'll probably only see this list if you're using a phone. You can actually see how much data you used up recently and what applications are using up the most data. So as you can see here, I used up quite a bit of data. It says, actually no, it's only 11 megabytes, but it's just a graph to scale showing how much was being used up. 11 megabytes in this section. You can extend it if you want to show more or less. Most recently it says Google Play Store has been using up most of my data. You can scroll by dragging. If you didn't know that already, you just do a quick long press and then you can drag up and down with your finger and it will drag up and down in the list. Alright. Next thing we're going to go over is a few settings. In here, let's go back to this menu. Just pretend you only see this screen. We'll go over sound. And from here you can click volume. And it will show you 3 volume sliders. On some phone models, I believe lots of Samsung Galaxies, you should see this here, but there's another way to change the sound too. I'll show you in a second. Okay, music, video, and games, that's pretty much just what it says there. Music, video, and games, and anything else is not that you choose to play. Anything that makes sound does this, except your ringtones, of course. Ringtones are separate, but I don't have it here because I'm using a tablet. Notification sounds. This is for like text messages, email, all that counts as notifications. Alarms, this is for alarm clocks and similar things to that. Alright, and here we go. Quiet hours, this might be available in some that say that it won't play this thing under certain times a day. And volume, rocker, music controls, all this other stuff is pretty self-explanatory. And let's go to display. Rotation, this means that when you rotate your phone, the screen will change with it. I prefer having this off because sometimes I tilt my phone a little bit and I don't want a full rotation because I have to redraw everything. It slows it down a tiny bit. Alright, let's go back. Sleep, this determines how long your phone takes before it goes into sleep mode or the screen turns off. And volume rocker rake means that you can press the volume rocker to wake up the device. This is not really good if you're listening to music with your phone in your pocket. Again, all these options won't be available on all phones. Battery, this is a really nice thing. It tells you approximately what is using up how much battery power. So it says Android OS is using up the most battery power. Don't pay attention to this. I'm using a tablet thing plugged in, so it's kind of freaking out. Screen uses up quite a bit too. Idle, Google services. So basically, if you see something that's using up a lot percentage, like if you have a game or something like that, it will tell you that that game eats up a lot of power. Location services is for GPS. You can say, yes, I want Google to be able to use my GPS. This is for Google Maps and some other services that Google has that require GPS. Security, this is for the lock screen. Like I showed you in my other video, you can set different types. Like if you want the pattern lock, you see some people with the 6 dots, or no, 9 dots, where you draw a pattern and you have to use that to unlock. PIN, password, that's very self-explanatory. Slide means that you have to like slide to unlock, kind of like what the iPhone has. Except it looks different. Language and input, this is all for keyboards, so if you had swipe, you could turn that on. I have another video about that. I'll link that video. And here are your accounts. If you have your Google account signed in, then you'll be able to use it. You'll be able to see it here. You can also change what is synced, but that's not hugely important. You can add other accounts too. Date and accessibilities. This is where if you want to have text-to-speech turned on, speak passwords, I don't suggest. You can change the size of the text, and you can turn on talkback, which speaks certain things to you. And then about would have about phone if you were using a phone. And tell you some general information about what you have. Mine says Nexus 7. It's not Nexus 7. I have it pretend to be a Nexus 7. It shows you what kernel you're running, your CPU type, how much RAM you have, your build date, and a bunch of other interesting information. If you had a phone, you could click on click status, and it would show you information such as how much battery you have left. Mine says 0 because it's plugged in. It also should tell you your phone number and a bunch of information like that. As you can see, I don't have any of that stuff because I am using a tablet. Alright, well that's the basics of trying to get around through your phone. I showed you how to add applications like that. I'm going to show you how to delete applications that you no longer want really quick. Click on Applications. It should bring you to this. This will sort by what you have on your SD card, what is currently running in the background. So if your phone's going slow, I suggest you check the Running tab. You just slide across the switch between the different tabs. And then you can go to All for all the applications installed and running. Here you'll see how much space you have left. You might be like, wait, my phone said it's supposed to be 30 gigabytes or something like that. It only shows up 2. Well, that's because certain phones like Samsung divide up your storage between apps and media. So while you may have like 16 gigabytes of storage according to the device, only say 2 gigabytes might be available for installing applications, and the rest is specially set up for specifically for music, games, and all. Not music, games. Sorry, music, videos, and all that other stuff. So when you plug it in, you can copy over your music and listen to it on that part. You can move applications to that part, so you'll have more space, but I'll show you that in a little bit later video. Alright, let's say we want to uninstall K9 Mail. I actually love this mail application. Let's say we want to uninstall it. Alright, so here's the description of the application, and you can see what permissions it does. This is very important. So you can see if if you get a game and it says that it can check your GPS status, then that's probably not the best game to have. But anyway, see it says it can read my messages, access the network, storage, prevent my phone from sleeping. You want to uninstall? It's right here. And it says, do you want to uninstall the app? I'm going to say no because I like this app. But you say yes if you want it. Here's another option that's pretty new in a newer version of Android. Show notifications. If you have an application like a game that's constantly popping up saying, oh, we have a sale in our in-game store, or oh, you have 2 days left to use this special thing. If you uncheck this box, you won't see any more notifications for it. So that's a really nice new feature they have. And I think that's all we're going to go over in this first video. So, alright, have a great day. I hope you guys learned something new. See you all later.